Hi everyone, I'm Alex. Today is a special day, the 8th of March, and I'm lucky enough to be joined by Caroline and Gloria. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to cut straight to the chase. Gloria, why is Women's Day important?
Well, Women's Day is important because it's a reminder of the ongoing struggle that for gender equality, and because it also celebrates the achievements of women across all industries, including, of course, the IT industry, which has historically been male-dominated. And I think this is also an opportunity to amplify the voices of all these women in tech, to showcase their contributions and to inspire new generations of female leaders in the industry.
So when we're talking about the struggles of females in the tech industry, Carolina, can you give me some context on what these challenges are?
So sure, I think it's very interesting to illustrate with some numbers. As Gloria said, it's a very male-dominated, but if we see globally wise, it will take, in the current stage, 131 years for us to achieve gender parity. So it's, it's a lot to do yet, right?
A bit old by then.
All that. So we need to work hard to achieve some balance. If we zoom into the tech industry, and then we have also other numbers, it's only 30%, around 30% of women there, 70% dominated by men, even less if we go into executive or leadership roles. And in the startup or scale-up landscape, even less. We have a stunning data of 2% only of women in leadership roles in the entrepreneurship area, right? So these are very impactful numbers. And a conclusion, it's of course, it's a very dominated male environment, and we need to take actions and put some activities in place to try to close this gap.
So what's Submer doing specifically to promote diversity and inclusion?
Yeah, and this is my passion, so I'm really happy to be invited to talk about it. And we, on the qualitative area, because it's not only the quality but also the numbers that we have to justify this kind of actions. On the quality, we can say that the creativity, the inclusion that we bring, the sense of belonging, and also the higher engagement. If we have a gender balance environment, it helps a lot. But also on the numbering side, recent research shows that companies that have a gender balance or more women in leadership roles has 39% of more chance to be more profitable. So it's really like, yeah, it makes sense,
It
right?
does make sense.
That makes a lot of sense. It's not about being nice, but it's being more profitable in this sense, right? Yeah. So, and in summer, what we have been doing? So we have been first tracking numbers, which we need to, for something to exist, we need to measure that, right? So let's put numbers. We started 2022 with just 23% women across all departments, and only 20% on leadership, myself. Last year, we could raise the bar and reach 4 points more, 27%, and raise even more, 25 on the leadership. So now we are 2 on the leadership on the executive level, and hope soon even more. And this year we have put a goal as well. So everybody, for example, this year has a goal in our department, in the people team, and we need to ensure that we increase the number of women, keep also the growth path of those that are here, and reach at least a 30% of representation. And a part of this measuring, we also are taking action in terms of enablement, training, development, putting programs in place like mentoring programs for women for their development, and a part of course, trying to close as well the pay gap, which is another important item. And we are in a good path. So I'm really happy that I can contribute, and we can keep growing with females in our company.
Sounds like you have your hands full. I think it's also very clear that it's not just women that should be taking these actions, and men too. Gloria, what do you think, or what role can men play in advocating for more inclusion?
That's actually a really good point, because this is about everybody putting their little stone. So basically, I would say that men have a crucial role to play because they can use their positions of influence and privilege to actively promote this diversity and inclusion, these initiatives that also Carolina was talking about, and to challenge gender biases and to create a supportive environment for women to feel empowered to thrive. I'd say also to advocate for equal opportunities both in hiring but in promotion. And we all together, male, female, can create a meaningful change and create a more equitable and diverse tech industry, which right now it's not the case, and we just say that it just makes sense.
And so, regardless of gender, if you had to narrow it down to 3 skills that you think you need to succeed in the tech industry, what would they be?
I'd say technical proficiency is a really important one in our industry, of course. A strong foundation on these technical skills that are relevant for your field and in technology is essential to be successful. Then secondly, I would say problem-solving abilities, to be able to analyze complex situations, think critically, and be able to resolve situations with innovative solutions and in a nice speed. So be efficient in your job and managing difficult conversations, difficult situations. And last but not least, communication and collaboration. It's a really important skill that it allows you, and more in an industry like this, but also in a scale-up company like Submer, to be able to efficiently work cross-functional with different teams, different expertise, different fields, levels of management, everything. It's super important for conveying ideas, and we all can see that it's important to interact with either stakeholders like clients, partners, colleagues, suppliers, ambassadors of the industry, right? So communication and collaboration is one of the most important ones.
So what would your advice be for young women that are thinking of having the tech industry as their workplace, that are working to acquire these skills? I'll open this question up to both of you. I'll come to you first, Gloria.
Okay, so I'd say that super important, top number 1, believe in yourself. And I'm saying this also trying to lead with examples. Sometimes it's difficult because it's no matter what, sometimes you doubt about yourself. And I'm saying this because it's also known that male apply to a job when they're just meeting the requirements, like 60% of the requirements of the qualifications, right? Whilst women just apply to jobs that they are 100% qualified to apply to, or that they think, right? And that is totally related to the lack of trust in ourselves, and also related to the need that we have to some kind of proving that we deserve the role or the job, and even continuously after you learn it, that you need to prove it somehow because of the society or because of these gender biases, right? And secondly, I'd say that embrace continuous learning. Also because of this lack of trust, we don't want to fail. No, we see failure as something like, oh my God, I cannot fail because I need to prove that I deserve this position. It's not about that. It's about continuous learning. It's about embrace failure, learn from it, and improve for the next time. And people do not learn about perfection, which, by the way, it doesn't exist. We learn about when we fail, and we improve for the next time. That's continuous learning. It's super important. So.
Yeah. What do you think, Carolina?
Yeah, well, I totally agree with the points that Gloria brought. And I think that beyond that, we also need this kind of collaboration network. I like to state like a female ecosystem where each one of us has a function. Doesn't matter if it's from HR perspective, marketing, sales, there are different kind of set skills, but if we collaborate with each other, we can also have this kind of network to elevate each other, right? And to be more self-confident and to continuously learn. And another powerful option that we have, and we see that brings a lot of results, is mentorship. It doesn't need to be a senior to a junior. It can also be a peer kind of mentorship or co-mentoring process that helps a lot on raising the confidence and to be aware of our strengths and be able to talk more about our achievements and be proud of, and not only focus on what we've done, what we failed, but what we can do better, right? So this kind of role models and aspirations for growth that a mentoring program and a peer program can bring.
Well, I think that's a nice inspirational note to end on. Thank you both for joining me.
Thank you.
If you'd like to keep up with Submer, we have social media channels. If you'd like to work with us, check out our career page. And happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
Thank you.
Submer, data centers that make sense.